Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So, some pretty crazy news came out in the past couple days, and I've been waiting for this story to develop a little more before I made a video on it. I didn't just want to jump out here and start, kind of speculating on what's happened, but more stuff is now coming to light on the Ime Udoka situation. And I assumed this, and now it kind of makes more sense now that I'm hearing reports about it. Now, understand all of this is alleged, but I want to talk about Malika Andrews. I want to talk about the situation as a whole, and just what I think about it, and also what I think this means for the Celtics, just because this is pretty huge. So, in case you guys don't know, if you've been living under a rock the past 2 days, Ime Udoka has been suspended by the Boston Celtics for an entire year due to conduct detrimental to the team, and it has now come out that he was having an affair with a staffer for the Boston Celtics. And not only that, but they say that the relationship that they had was consensual. They both agreed to it. It wasn't like somebody had gotten raped or anything like that, so I don't want people to speculate with that. But the thing is, like, this is a very, very weird situation, I think, because a 1-year suspension seems a little harsh for an affair with a staffer. You know what I'm saying? And Richard Jefferson was the first person to take to Twitter and start making accusations. And I was not very happy with that because nobody knows the full story. But he did have a point, and other people had a point that, like, this is a pretty severe suspension for an affair. You know what I'm saying? And now we're getting reports out in the past 24 hours that the alleged person that Ime Udoka was sleeping with was Kathleen Lynch. Now, understand, this is all alleged. This isn't true, but it makes a lot of sense because not only is Kathleen Lynch a staffer for the Boston Celtics, she is the vice president, Peter Lynch, the vice president of the Boston Celtics, like their operations or whatever, the VP. Kathleen Lynch is his wife. So I'm going to just call it what it is. I think Ime Udoka's time in Boston is done, regardless of how good their record is, regardless of how good of a coach he is. This is just something that they're never gonna get past. You know what I'm saying? Like the VP and Ime Udoka are never going to be on the same page ever again. You know what I'm saying? And it's not good for a work environment. It makes things awkward. Excuse me, hold on. Sorry, I'm still getting over this upper respiratory infection. Allergy season is here. It's horrible. But yeah, I think this is pretty bad. And on top of it, with the Celtics, Robert Williams is now going to be out for 8 to 12 weeks with surgery. The idea that they're now going to have their assistant coach coaching the team, I just don't know if this makes the Celtics a contender. I think, for the most part this year going into the season, a lot of people looked at the Celtics as a team that could potentially contend for a title. They played very well last season. They really, bared down on defense, became a great defensive team. I think they were the number one defensive team in basketball last year. And now you got a new guy coming in, and it's kind of like, okay, is he going to emphasize defense, or are the players going to have to? What is his offense going to look like? It's just, I feel like this is such a big change. And on top of that, it's kind of like, do the players actually like this guy? You know what I'm saying? Do they respect his opinion like they did Ime Udoka? You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's too many varying factors in here. I mean, I still think the Celtics will make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I still think they're a solid team, but, are they going to have the same demeanor they would with this new coach as they would with Ime Udoka as their head coach? That I don't know. I think this kind of drops their championship aspirations by 5 to 10%, anywhere in between there. I think it's incredibly inconvenient, and you know what, man? I want to say shame on Ime Udoka because it's like he knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And now that I hear that it's potentially Peter Lynch's wife, I'm just like, this is, you knew what you were doing. You knew this could cost you your job. Hopefully it was fucking worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And, let's get on to the the Malika Andrews thing, because for the first couple days here, we didn't know who the female staffer was, and now it's kind of starting to come to light. But Malika Andrews is ridiculing every single person on ESPN who is saying, like, we should know who the female is, essentially. Because, like, Ime Udoka is the only person getting blasted here, right? Ime Udoka is the only one losing his job, you know? And I say that and mean it. Like, I really think he's losing his job over this. Like, if the Celtics play really well this upcoming season, especially if they play really well and, you know, if they win a championship or whatever, Ime Udoka is gone. Okay, and I think it doesn't even matter at this point. I think he's gone because this is starting to make sense to me. And, you know, Malika Andrews is going on criticizing Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A. Smith for saying, like, hey, Ime Udoka lost his job. Why didn't the female staffer lose her job? And I completely agree. Okay, like, nobody truly knows the identity of this woman. Like I said, everything I'm saying in this video is speculation, but there are reports coming out about it. Excuse me. But I just think to myself, man, like, women constantly want equality, right? But what they really want is to be treated better. That's one thing that I've heard from somebody one time, and I don't think it could be a truer statement, okay? Everyone says women want equality. No, women want to be treated better than men. That's what it is. Because if it were truly a world of equality, we would have known who the female staffer was, and we would know that it's Ime Udoka. And the idea that we haven't gotten disclosure on who the female staffer is leads me to believe that it's someone of some importance to somebody. And now that I'm hearing that it might be Kathleen Nemo Lynch, I think to myself, that's why we didn't hear about it. And, you know, I think Kendrick Perkins, besides all that, I think Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. Smith are absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? When this was a consensual relationship between a man and a woman, they both knew what they were doing. Why is Ime Udoka the only one getting blasted? You know what I'm saying? Why is he the only one that we know was involved with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, but they both knew what they were doing. They both deserve to lose their jobs, I think, if this is true. And I think at least at the very least, Ime Udoka is definitely losing his job. But you know what, man? It just sucks to see because the Celtics finally seemed like they were like turning a corner last year. They finally put like a solid team on the floor, a solid product. A lot of people don't know this, but before I was a Pacers fan as a kid, I was a very huge Celtics fan because I was infatuated with Larry Bird and I really liked Paul Pierce as a player. Like, I was a kid when Paul Pierce had come into the league. Like, I was in like first or second grade and when he like really became really good. But you know, like, it sucks because I like seeing Boston be a good team, and you know, it's just incredibly inconvenient. They got some young studs on their team in Jaylen Brown and Jason oh, excuse me. And Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And I don't know, man. I don't know what the future holds, but definitely a weird situation. And Malika Andrews, I think, needs to just shut the fuck up, if I'm being honest. She needs to just, you know, be seen and not heard. You know, oftentimes I feel like her opinion is one-sided. And, you know, women are very quick to side with women. That's one thing that I've noticed. Women are very quick to side with women before they side with men because most women see men as the problem. So I can't say I'm really surprised that Malika Andrews is acting this way, but you know, at least be fucking fair. And she's not trying to be fair. She's trying to say that, like, we should know who Ime Udoka is. Like, it's fine that he's out there, but nobody should know who the female staffer is that he had an affair with. That's bullshit. No, we deserve to fucking know, okay? Especially if if you're a Boston fan, especially if you're losing your head coach over it. You deserve to fucking know. So, I don't know, man. We'll wait and see. But tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. And out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.